So, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Moose Tracks.
Ooh, good
I like the mix. No, not just plain. We have a rescue dog that's a lab, but not a purebred. And her name is Sammy. She's about 10 years old now. I have a lot to learn, obviously, that I plan to spend a lot of time this summer learning about. But I would absolutely say that things that are most important are the things that have a direct impact on students. So I think the academies are a great idea. I think if you can have the possibility of having opportunities for kids to feel like they're in a smaller group, I think that's a really good thing, and also something that really sparks their interest. So I think the academies are a great thing. I'm really interested in the schedule. I'm really excited to see how the Power Hour works. I like the idea of longer, I am in a school now that has like 45-minute periods, and I think that's a little too short, so I like that the periods are a little longer, but I like that idea that there will be time for the students to get help during the day and all of that. I think it's good. I'm really excited to see how that works. I've taken kind of an interesting journey in education. I have been at Enfield High School for 2 years as the principal. And before that, I was 3 years at Wethersfield High School as an assistant principal. But before that, my whole career was as a social worker. I worked as a social worker at E.O. Smith High School out in the stores, and then before that, I worked in youth service bureaus, and I was in private practice for a while, so a lot of social work. So I've kind of taken an interesting path here. Yeah. This is only my 15th year in education.
Wow. Any hobbies?
I love to go to plays. And I are always season subscribers somewhere. Right now we're doing a series up at Worcester with some friends of ours. We love the beach. We usually vacation in the Outer Banks, North Carolina, although not this summer, but most of the time. I like to read, especially for pleasure. I read a lot in the summer or when I'm on vacations, more than during the school year, because then I read more. I have 3 children. I'm married. My husband and I have 3 children. We live out in Holland. My kids are all in their 20s, so my youngest son is a college student and works at Wellington Pizza. I don't know if you know Wellington Pizza out here in Yukon. My second son is a graduate of Yukon, and he's working in the business field. And my daughter is 26, and she's living at home right now, but she just returned from the Peace Corps. She was in Malawi, East Africa. Brought a dog home with her, so we actually have 2 dogs at our house right now. I mean, that's the part about working in a high school that I really like. In my job now and in my job in Wethersfield too, I just try to be where the students are. So I'm in lunch a lot, I'm in the hallway in the morning when kids are coming into school. I try to get in the hallways between classes. I go to a lot of activities. I'll go to plays and concerts and sporting events and all those kinds of things, so that I try hard to be really approachable and have the kids know who I am, so that they can come to me when there's something that they have a concern about, or just that I'm a part of their experience at high school. Really, I've heard really good things. I wasn't really 100% ready to look for a new job yet. My school is consolidating high schools. We have 2 high schools in our town, and we're soon going to have 1, and so that's one of the reasons that I decided to look at other jobs. But I still had 2 years before that was going to happen. But I got really excited when I heard about the good things happening here. I like, it sounds like there's a real focus on a positive school culture and on relationships, and with the things like the academies. And I think looking at things that are always changing, like if one schedule doesn't work, then let's find another schedule. It's not ingrained in we have to do this because we said we're going to do it for the next 5 years or something like that. So really my all the things I'm hearing are really positive, and that there's a lot of good work happening here. And heard great things about a lot of the activities, the music program here, and obviously I've known sports because I've lived in Connecticut for a long time. So I think I've heard only positive things really, and I'm excited about that. I feel like things are moving in a really good direction. I'm excited to be a part of that.
That's good.
This is actually my first day truly visiting MHS. I came one time real quickly to meet Mr. Krieger after I had been interviewed, but it's big. I've never been in a school this big. All the schools I've been in Enfield's pretty small, and the other 2 schools were about 1,200 students, so this school's a lot bigger. It seems like there's a lot going on. He was showing me all the different things happening in the building as far as changes occurring and setting up things differently and all of those kinds of things. So I would say those are my first reactions, but I'm going to spend the afternoon here today. don't know if I have one favorite book. The book that I am the most interested in right at this moment is a book called Mindset, and it's by a woman named Carol Dweck, and it's all about how our mindsets really influence who we are. So they talk about it from a parenting perspective, an educator's perspective, a student's perspective, an athlete's perspective, all those things. And it's really about focusing less on getting good grades or that kind of thing, being the very best at something, but about effort and perseverance and that kind of thing. And it really talks about how you can change your mindset. So I think I like it a lot as an educator. I think I might have been a little different as a parent if I read that book a long time ago. If it's during the week, I eat in my car on the way to work because I get home really early, so I usually have something like a smoothie. If it's on the weekends, my favorite meal to go out for is breakfast, so I love to go out to breakfast. This weekend I actually went out to breakfast in Manchester, the Cosmic Oven. The Landmark is another place to go a lot. I work a lot. I'm in school. Our school day starts at 7:26. I'm there by 6:30. And it just helps me get my day started before everyone else starts to arrive, figure out what needs to happen, answer emails, all those kinds of things. And then I'm there most days till probably 5-ish, if I don't have a night event. But as you probably know, principals work a lot of nights, so probably 2 to 3 nights a week I have some sort of event that I'm at. I do work on the weekends a lot, but I try really, really hard to do less of it on the weekends. I think it's important to try to have time that's more for yourself or your family or those kinds of things. So I try hard to get my work done during the week, but there are times certainly that I can't get it all done and I have to do it on the weekends. That's a touchy one in my family. I'm a Red Sox.
Good.
I married a Yankee, and my children were really torn. My son, when he was little, was a diehard baseball fan, and he used to tell people he liked both. And people gave him such a hard time. He was little. And finally I said to him, Josh, you can like the Yankees. It's okay. Because my husband was much more passionate about it than me. So I'm still a Red Sox fan, but I live with all Yankee fans. I think it's it's an exciting adventure when you have a new job. That all the newness of it and getting to know everyone. I mean, I think in some ways that's the hardest part, and it's also the most fun part. The part I like the most in schools is knowing, like when you walk in the caf, you know everybody. That won't be the case, in the beginning. So that will take some time, but I really like that part too. The other part I think I'm most excited about is I really genuinely believe there's a lot of good things going on here, and it will be fun to be a part of that. And I think to contribute to it, not just continue what's going on, but have my own ideas and bring things to the table that I hope will be good for Manchester High School.